What's up guys, it's AndysMods here, welcoming you to a brand new YouTube channel for the Elder Scrolls Legends, called the Elder Scrolls Legends Central Tavern. Now, the Elder Scrolls Legends Central Tavern is a Discord server set up by the YouTuber and Twitch streamer Beaky of the Untitled Game Show and the Elder Scrolls Legends Central YouTube channel, as a place for fans of the game and fans of his streams and videos, just to have a place to go to hang out, talk about the game, just have a bit of fun. So in the Discord we do all sorts of fun stuff. We host tournaments, we share decks, we share custom cards, and we do a lot of stuff helping newer players. They share their deck list with us and we help them improve it, all that sort of good stuff. So basically the goal of this YouTube channel is to become an extension of the Discord. So basically I want it to be a community driven thing rather than me just putting videos up on my own. I want as many members as want to join in from the community to post stuff as well. So if you've got a deck list you want to share, footage of a match that you want to showcase, some custom cards that you've made, anything at all, leave a comment, come talk to me on the Discord and we'll try and get you involved. But for today, the first video for this channel is going to be the first part of a series of videos I'm going to put out, all about a theory crafted expansion that I've created, all to do with the Daedric Artifacts from the Elder Scrolls video game franchise. So I think there's about 35 in total, but don't worry, I'm only going to be starting out with 5 today. So the first one is called Scourge. Now, Scourge is one of the Daedric artifacts of the god Malakath, and it was featured in Morrowind, I believe. And the Daedric Scourge is a mighty mace forged from sacred ebony in the fires of Fickledire, the legendary weapon of Makan. It was once a fierce weapon used to send spirits of the black back into oblivion. So, what does it do? Well, Scourge is a 4-cost item in the strength category, and I should preface that all these cards that I'm going to be showing you should be unique legendaries, but unfortunately the website that I use to create the cards doesn't allow you to pick the border. It just gives you the non-unique legendary outline. So pretend that they're all unique. So it's a 4-cost item, and it's based heavily on the card Dawnbreaker that's already in the game, which is another Daedric artifact. But rather than +4/+4 destroy an undead creature, this is +4/+3, and on summon it banishes an enemy Daedra. Okay? So when I say banish rather than destroy, what I mean is that rather than being sent to the discard pile, like a creature normally is when it's destroyed, it is simply removed from the game. It doesn't go to the discard pile. This is an effect that people have been clamouring for to be put into the Elder Scrolls Legends for quite a while now, as a counter to cards like Falkreath Defiler and specifically Soul Tear. Okay? So I've also added another effect, which is why I made it 4/3 rather than a 4/4, which is when you slay a creature, it also banishes it. So that allows you to banish non-Daedra creatures as well, but you don't get it for free, you have to slay. So that allows you to remove creatures like Parthenax or Odahviing to stop them going into the discard pile and being reused. So I think it's a very powerful effect, but quite well balanced. Next up is the first intelligence-based card, and it's the Sword of Jyggalag. Now, the Sword of Jyggalag is a bit RNG based, so it might not be everyone's cup of tea, but it is a 5-cost, so I've tried to make it, you've got to pay for that RNG. So it's an item, +3/+2, which has 3 possible effects. So when you attack a creature or attack face, it either deals 3 shock damage to a random creature, shackles a random creature, or heals you for 3 points of health. And that happens every time you attack with the card. Moving on to the first willpower card, it's the Bitter Cup. Now, the Bitter Cup is, again, it's from one of the older games, and it's one of the artifacts of Clavicus Vile. Now, the Bitter Cup, as its name would suggest, has both a positive and negative effect. So, in the game, its effect was to increase the highest attribute and decrease the lowest attribute that you have by 20 points each. So that's not something that translates directly into the Elder Scrolls Legends. So what I've done is I've given it basically a similar theme where you have a positive effect, but a drawback for that positive effect. Hence why it's a zero cost action, because you're effectively gaining nothing, because you have a positive effect balanced out with a negative effect. So you have a choice. You can either lose 5 health, but draw 2 cards. So if you're behind on cards, sacrifice a bit of health and draw some more. You can lose 1 max magicka to gain 7 health. So if you're in a bit of a desperate situation and need a heal, sacrifice a bit of magicka to gain some health. And the final choice is that you can sacrifice 2 cards. So if you've got quite a lot of cards, it gains you 1 max magicka. So if you've got a handful of quite heavily costed cards, you can discard a couple, but gain some more magicka so you can begin to play the ones you've got. So yeah, quite an interesting card, I think. Not something that's in the game much at the moment, the positive effect for a drawback, but I thought it would be quite an interesting card. Let me know what you think in the comments. Moving on to the first agility item, we have Mehrunes Razor. Mehrunes Razor is the dagger that's rewarded to you by Mehrunes Dagon, and in game it gives you a very small chance, it's something like 1 or 2%, can't remember exactly, to kill an enemy outright when you attack them with it. So obviously in Legends I've given it lethal. So it's a 2-cost item that gives +1/+0 and lethal. So by itself that's not bad, but it's not fantastic, not worthy of a Daedric Artifact. So I've given it the effect of Slay. Creatures slain by Mehrunes Razor are banished. So in the same way as Scourge worked, rather than sending the creatures to the discard pile, it removes the creatures from the game. So allows you to deal with those threats that you don't want being returned after you've killed them. The final card I'm going to show you today is called the Saviour's Hide. Now the Saviour's Hide is one of the artifacts of the Daedric god Hircine, and this one is in a couple of parts. You have to jump through some hoops to get it to go off. It's based on the quest that you play in Skyrim in order to gain it. So when you play the Saviour's Hide, it's a 3-cost support, and it summons Sinding in the enemy lane. Now Sinding is a 0/4 creature that you have to kill in order to trigger the effect of Saviour's Hide, if you like. So at a 0/4 it should be quite easy to kill, but there is a bit of jeopardy involved, because after 2 turns Sinding will transform into a werewolf like he does in game. So if your opponent can protect Sinding, make it difficult for you to get rid of it, could pose you some problems. Once you destroy Sinding, all of your creatures for the rest of the game, or unless the Saviour's Hide support is removed, gain +0/+2 and take half damage from damage dealing actions. And this is because the Saviour's Hide in-game gives you resistance to magic and also poison, but being poison's not really an effect in Legends, but just deal with the magicka resistance. So yeah, you take half damage from damage dealing actions. So say if someone was to lightning bolt one of your creatures, it would only take 2 damage. If someone was to use firebolt, it would only take 1 damage, etc, etc. It also gives you the effect that you can't be damaged by actions or supports to your face as well. So it's, if you can get it to go off, quite a strong buff, I think. So those are the first 5 from my Daedric Artifacts expansion. Don't worry if your favourite Daedric Artifact hasn't been featured yet. There's plenty more to come. And if you enjoyed the video, or you want to get involved, please leave me a comment, let me know. Or if there's anything you think I can improve, I'm open to ideas. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.